Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are still working on this endgame here, and we're definitely beginning to make some progress. We do have a decision to make though, and that is, do we want to go for another fleet or not? That will let us generate a good amount of additional influence if we do it. I think ultimately, we should. What that ends up meaning is we come into Radar Central here, and we are going to queue up a Titan. Nothing else for now, just a Titan. That's going to take 839 days. So we're going to let that build. That's okay. Now, we just got this colony, so we should obviously get ourselves a gene clinic and a habitation district. There we go. Excellent. And now I want to go through our jobs here and see if there's anything that needs to be done. We're at 2672 pops, so definitely making good progress there. I do want to check through these, though, real quick and see what we've got available, if anything, and the answer is nothing. Okay, I'm not terribly shocked about that, to be honest.
Research complete.
So, if I can get down to the correct position here, there we go. The ISS Sea Hare 21 is over here. That's a lot of ISS Sea Hares. Okay, so shield hit points, sure. The Hollow Museum of Geology, sure. I don't know what that does, but why not? I guess we'll grab the Curator Exploration Lab. It'll only take 5 months. And that seems fine. So was that a relic? Or rather, something in our collection? No. I don't know what that was. Interesting. It was a thing. Almost certainly. But I don't know what thing. So that's fine. We'll probably figure it out later. So let's get some rare crystals going. Let's get some exotic gases not sold, but let's definitely get some zero sold. That's a pretty decent price for the zero, to be honest. Actually, same with the exotic gases, so we'll do that. And is this something in at Radar Central? Maybe it's in our Grand Archive. I mean, it's not in the collection as far as I know. Unless it got sorted somewhere slightly strangely. But I don't think it did. So I don't know what they just gave us. We'll figure it out eventually. So the Drifting Coracle 14 is currently down in Ezok, and it just built this ring. So it's going to be idling for a while. Let's just move it up over here for the moment. And the Sea Hare 21 is in Baltris, also idling. We need a lot of influence. And that's one of the big reasons why I do want to get another fleet going here. So that will be absolutely fine in theory. I want to buy 2,500 more alloys, that's for sure. And we've got 4.3k alloys that we can toss into that, but that's going to take a while before we're ready to get that fleet fully built. That's going to be quite a lot. Quite a lot indeed. And we don't have any component of it right now. We could just build a single Corvette to be able to be building to it. And I think that's what we're going to do. So for now, let's get a Corvette queued up there. And we're going to turn this into a thing, for sure. The question is, though, is it going to try to queue up another Titan? We could actually get an 8th Titan. I don't know that we should. We should definitely go for a 7th Titan, though. There's no doubt about that. So let's do that, and I'm just waiting on that Corvette to finish. Eventually it will happen. How are we doing on that? 4 days. Okay. Looks good. So 56, 25, 10, 6, and 1. So we're going to want to add in Destroyer, Cruiser, Battleship, and Titan. And then this should be 6. This should be 10. And I believe this should be, 25. Okay, that went to 19 for some reason. I don't know why. But okay, we'll take it up to 25. And then we'll move this up to the maximum. There we go.
Blocker cleared.
So now this Titan is being built, but it might try to queue one up here. No, this was just Corvettes. Okay, that looks good for now. So that's understood. We, of course, completed construction on that orbital ring in the Ezok system, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for us. Now, this is the Red Tide, and I would like to put in, sure, you will do. And I want to get this moving up over here. We do not want this fleet sitting in Radar Central due to the presence of this magnetic storm. That's going to be expensive. So let's get that out of here right away. That'll be wonderful.
Research
I want to check in on the
complete.
price of alloys. They're okay. We'll buy in a few. And Curator Exploration Lab, finished, sure. So next we're going to look at something like, well, one of these two. And it really doesn't matter which we go for. They're technically basically the same, but I think that fire rate is slightly better because you get more chances to hit. But you'll do the same amount of damage, assuming standard luck. So that seems fine. But that does increase the odds of having better than standard luck, or worse than standard luck. It's fine. It'll even out. It's okay. So at this point, we're going to get that done, and the question now is, how much is it going to cost us to fully reinforce this? 42,488 alloys. Honestly, not that bad. We can continue to buy in alloys at a pretty appreciable rate. And let's continue to reinforce this. So this is just making Corvettes? Correct. Just making Corvettes. Looks good. So the Red Tide, of course, is going to have a lot that it needs to get built. But we are working on that Titan. The Titan will be merged into it manually once that finishes. That's interesting. 500 days? Have we already gone through 300 days? Amazing. Well, that's very, very interesting indeed. Okay, so the ISSC here definitely wants some work to do, but we definitely need more influence as well. So we need to continue to work up that power projection. That's pretty much all there is to it, which means we need a lot more alloys. Let's continue to reinforce this. Yeah, eventually that'll be done. That's all of our Corvettes completed. How are we doing on minor artifacts? 2.1k? Not bad, actually. No, that looks pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. 2676 pops, so not a huge amount of pops coming in. But in theory, they will eventually come in. We're just in a bit of a lull right now. So we're not really expecting to see anything in here, and indeed, we do not. That's absolutely understood and not a surprise. What we need right now is just alloys, and lots of alloys. In order to do that, energy credits would be good. Sell price on rare crystals, not great. We can definitely sell some zero, though. The price on that is pretty decent, and the price on volatile notes is okay, but this definitely needs to replenish a bit. We can sell some food. Consumer goods are mediocre. And we could sell some minerals as well, I suppose. That will allow us to buy in 2,500 more alloys. And looking at the overall cost here, we need about 33,000 more. We've got about 10% of that. But keep in mind, this is not counting what we already spent on our Titan, which is about 400 days away at this point. So that is absolutely understood. Let's go ahead and reinforce this fleet. And make sure it's not building a Titan, it's building destroyers, and that looks perfect.
Special project complete.
Ah, we've lowered one of our energy barriers. So there was a small isolated hut found perched on a mesa in the planet's northern hemisphere. An old guy wanting to speak with our government. Okay, so he's a renowned paragon, and we can say welcome, Commander, or not interested. Honestly, sure, he's an admiral, we'll welcome him in. That, of course, means that we need to send out our colonization bugs, and off they go. Excellent. So the price on alloys is down again, and I'd love to get more of those going. Price on rare crystals is slightly better, but it's not where I want it to be yet. So we'll allow the markets to recover here somewhat, although I think selling some food is okay. As soon as the autosave is over anyway. There we go. So that'll be fine, and I'd love to get more alloys in here, but the price is too high, although not anymore. Let's buy some more. Perfect. So now we're down to about 29,000, well, roughly 30,000 that we need. We'll go ahead and reinforce all, and that is going to be more destroyers. We're probably getting pretty close to the end of our destroyer creation, which is good. We're going to need to work on the cruisers and battleships, of course. But this is all in pursuit of bumping up our power projection, which, as you can see here, it's grown up to 3.71. We're at 88% power projection now, so that's looking much better. We need that naval coverage, but we're at 170 influence, and that means one of these construction ships can be put to work. We're going to need some additional alloys for that. The price on alloys is high right now, and I don't want to buy them. So that means that we're going to have to wait till the month tick. And this month tick is going to use up basically all of our alloys in this order, which is unfortunate, but influence is the main issue at this moment, right? That's our main thing holding us back. Well, that and number of pops, although our number of pops is up to 2682 now. That's not bad. I like it. Okay, so we just had that month tick happen, and we definitely need to make this Habitat Central Complex be a thing. There we go. So that looks good. Now we've got the Drifting Coracle over here in Izak. It's going to be idle for quite a long time. Let's check in on the prices of things. We can sell some food. We can sell some volatile motes.
Blocker cleared.
Zero's okay. We can sell some of that. Rare crystals, sure. It's not great pricing, but we can do that. And then buy in a few more alloys. So that all looks magnificent. So at this point, we're at 18 out of 25 destroyers on this new fleet. We need about 25,000 alloys, and we've got, again, about 10% of what we need. So I would like to bring those numbers up somewhat. This alloy price, not amazing at this moment. Now it's pretty decent, though. Never mind. Let's buy some. Fantastic. Okay, so now we can get some more reinforcement going here. And that's going to be all of our destroyers plus 3 cruisers.
Blocker cleared.
Nice. We're making solid progress on that. How are we doing on that Titan? 270 days on that. Okay, beautiful. So we probably should check through our planetary constructions here. We've gotten a number of extra pops, and there might be something that we need to construct here. Maybe. But at any rate, a lot of pops got put to work, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Pops got put to work. So we definitely need to continue to work on the Endless Station here. We've got 48 more defense platforms to build. But it's a matter of priority, right? Right now, we're prioritizing getting the Red Tide built up. And I don't know that that's the right call exactly, but it's what we're doing. So that's fine. Oh, what is this? We have a relic activation. Ah, we should run the Rubricator. And then, of course, that means that we should run a lateral artifacting and then the Omni Codex. Beautiful. And we can spawn 3 pops somewhere. I don't really care where they'll migrate and or be put to work immediately, and that is absolutely fine. So Izak Secundus here, this is eventually going to need to be upgraded, but for now, module slots. We're colonizing this world right now. We could put in habitation modules that will cost influence, but I think ultimately that is the way to go here. We need so much influence. It's ridiculous how much influence we need. And we can now upgrade this orbital ring on the next month tick. We can get that going. So this is a POA 3 station, and yeah, this is very much a mining-ish world. Mining-ish. That's the way that I will term that. It's not entirely a mining world, but we do definitely want to have 2 more districts here. So that pretty much means we need this orbital ring upgraded, and that means that we are earmarking our influence for the next several months here. Like, beyond this, an additional probably 4 months. So that's not necessarily ideal either. We could really use that extra point of influence coming in every month. And that's, of course, the point behind bringing up our power projection. We're up to 91% power projection at this point, and that's looking reasonably good. This price is not looking reasonably good, so we're not going to do anything with that. We can sell some rare crystals. 0 is okay, and we can sell some volatile motes as well. How are we doing on food? That's fine. We can sell some of that off, and we're just going to wait for the price on alloys to drop. We are not buying at this price. That's for sure. We can get a little bit more of this going. Let's reinforce here. That's going to be a pair of cruisers. Not a lot going in there because we weren't able to purchase alloys, but that's understood. So that Titan is currently about 160 days away. Looks good. Okay, so the Mischievous Muscle is out over here in POA, and I would really like to do some work out over here. We just don't have the influence. I'd like to build a star base here. We're lacking 52 influence. We're going to need to build a bunch of orbital rings out here too. We're lacking influence. There is so much that we're lacking influence on right now. But yeah, that was that POA 3 station right now. So influence needs to be earmarked for a while for a lot of things. We're going to be pretty limited on that, and that definitely means that our alloys... Oh, this price is good. That definitely means that our alloys should be going towards getting this fleet built up. So let's go ahead and reinforce this fleet here. That's going to be 3 additional cruisers, bringing us up to 8 out of 10. And that's making very solid progress. We should not need all that much in terms of alloys to get this maxed back out. So that looks great, and look at how many alloys we've purchased. That's insane. But, I mean, we're not generating that many alloys. We do need to generate more alloys, but we're just not in a position to do so. We need pops. And we need so many pops. So we're at 2697. Actually, that's a big pop growth. Hunter Prime requires a center revitalization center. We can definitely do that. What else do we have going on here? Well, Celia Prime needs something, anything. At this point, I'm interested in putting in, well, I want to grab, that's the Hollow Museum of Geology. They turn minerals into Unity and engineering research. Weird. Okay, I don't think we want to build that here. What I do want to build here is an energy grid, and that's all we're going to put in there for now. We only have the one job, and that seems absolutely okay. Okay, so what is this up here? Troydon Prime. This is a research station, and this is actually a decent place to put in a Hollow Museum of Geology. So we'll do that for right now, and that seems absolutely okay. And then we did just finish up this colony. So that, of course, needs a gene clinic and a habitation district. There we go. So we're at 48 out of 10 influence at this point. And to that end... we've got a lot of things that we need to do. In terms of prioritization, I'm currently thinking that we should come grab Cabji fairly soon. Let's move out there. That's cleared. 2 months away until we are able to do that. So for the time being, that seems reasonably fine-ish. Boundary is still at minus 15 housing. This does not require addressing. This is a devastation causing issues here, not anything else. So that's the core issue here. I'm not concerned about the housing or the amenities here. The amenities are reduced by 74% by the planet devastation as well. So that seems absolutely fine for right now. No problem there. So we're about to hit 2,700 pops. That's a really good sign. We need more pops, though. We need so many more pops. Oh, what was this?
Blocker cleared.
Okay, never mind. Understood. Okay, so a monsoon just started up over here. That's fine. And we do have idle construction ships, but there's not so much that we can do about it at this moment. I do want to build our starbase here in Cabji, though. So we're going to get that done, and that spends more influence. How are we doing on the price of alloys? 1.29, not bad. Let's buy some and put that immediately into our fleet. This is about a third of what we need left, but... we should have that Titan done very soon. So there's the last 2 cruisers and our first battleship. And where is that Titan at? 2 days away. Beautiful. So we're going to grab that and merge this in just like that. So the Titan is off to merge in with the Red Tide, and that will, of course, reduce our overall cost that we need here. We should need like 5,000 more alloys, something like that, to get this done. Maybe like 7. Because we need 5 battleships, right? So it'll be a little bit, but not too much, really, all things considered. So the price on alloys, not fantastic right now, but we can definitely sell some rare crystals, 0. Volatile motes is fine. Exotic gases, looking okay. What's our income on exotic gases? We've been able to sell a lot of those. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. And then food, price is not great, but I'm going to sell 10k anyway. That seems fine. I would love it if we would see this price drop. But right now, that price is a little high. Don't want to buy it at this price if we can help it. So we've got 2.1k alloys at this point. Let's go ahead and reinforce in another battleship. So that is 1/3 of the battleships.
Protocols activated.
Fantastic. A migration treaty? No thanks. We need the influence. So how are we doing on our power projection anyway? We're at 93? Okay, that seems pretty decent. By the time we get this finished, we'll probably be close to 100. I'm not sure that we'll be exactly at 100, but it'll be very, very close. So that's great. Very, very happy to see that. Price on alloys? High. Not good at all. Maybe it'll change after this month tick, though. Let's find out. Also, we have broken the 2700 pop barrier. That's great. And at this point, is there anywhere that we need any additional constructions? Actually, yes. Eunox Secundus requires a Habitat Central Control. There we go. And what else do we have going on here? Well, Ebenar Secundus. Sure. That's on Ojlar's Tertius. Gross. We're going to put in an energy grid here. We're going to want to harvest these materials eventually, but we just don't have the pops right now to do that. So that's understood. Okay, was that our starbase out over here? Yes. Okay, go ahead and build the mining stations here for now. We'll harvest those resources until such a time as we end up building a habitat there, which is going to be a while, I think, at our current rate. We're definitely needing a lot of influence for other things at this moment, so that's understood. Alloy count, I mean, the price is mediocre. I'm going to buy a few, and what do we actually need here? 6806? Not bad. So there's two more battleships coming in. There's a revolt brewing on the core. Okay, so the issue here, of course, is devastation, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send our transport fleet over to the core. We're going to land here. And we're also going to probably distribute amenities. Yeah, amenities are an issue here. We'll go ahead and do that. And we do have 18 soldier jobs here. So that is absolutely understood. If we need to change this, we can. But yeah, you can see we didn't get all 20 of those amenities because of that minus 79% from the devastation. This is not terribly surprising. We're likely going to have a similar thing happening on Boundary. So that's understood. At this moment, I'm going to institute a crackdown here. Terror victims? Okay. Let's institute a crackdown, and let's see where that puts us. 49% stability. That is much better. So this is now shrinking, and that will likely go away. I'm still going to bring our armies out over here. I'm going to have them enter orbit around the star, and that should be reasonably fine. Let's buy alloys. That's a good price. And let's fill out the rest of this fleet. So that is everything for this fleet queued up. Alloys can now once again be going to the Amlitzer station. So that's good. We're very glad that that's the case. We definitely need to get this done, and that's probably a next episode sort of thing. Checking in here, we're still at 93% power projection, but we've got those extra battleships that we need to get finished eventually, and that will help matters somewhat. Order has been restored on the core, which was expected. And that probably is going to immediately bring the core back to low stability, unless we get a bonus for that. Yeah, it's back to 4 stability at this point. But presumably there's a cooldown on that happening again. We'll see. We are up to 5 stability now. So that's looking reasonably good. As the devastation improves, things will improve on the core. So that's good. And of course, on Boundary, it's the same story here. So we'll follow that same pattern on both of these, but eventually they will get solved. That's not an issue. Now it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to once again be working on the Amlitzer station at long last. We've taken a bit of a break from it, but we are going back. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGar, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.